out of it, so I just wasn't sure.
No, I'm fine. How are you?
Fine. I just wanted to make you aware. You were under the impression that Great Grandma was dead, but she's not. Do you know why you thought she was dead?
She's not dead. Where are you getting that information?
I spoke to her
When?
yesterday.
Let me call her right now. What number
You don't
did
even
you?
call her. I just don't know. Why would you?
What number
tell
did you?
everybody that she was dead?
What number did you call her on?
She called me from her cell phone.
And what's that number?
Well, the phone number you'd given me in the past. I have it in front of me at the moment, but Blue, why did you think she was dead?
What number is calling you so I can call it?
Her number, but again, that doesn't answer my question. Why did you ever tell anybody she was dead?
Because she called me the night she died, told me she was dying to go be with her son, and told me I would never speak to her again, and gave me messages to pass on to people. Why else would I possibly think that she would die?
Well, it's unfortunate she said that to you, and I don't know why she said that. Maybe she
Well,
was
obviously, because she thought she was dying.
I don't think she thought she was dying. I think maybe she just didn't want to talk about things anymore. I'm not really sure. But the bottom line is
Well,
she's
you don't
alive.
even know her. Well, I'm calling her right now.
Hi, Boo.
Hold on. Is this Great Grandma?
Yes.
You know, I thought that you were dead.
Well, I saw that, I don't know, a day or two later, and it was just like, almost a relief. And when I told you about when I, have a fever and it gets into, I shouldn't have been on the phone with you because I really wasn't feeling well, and,
Why would you tell me you're going home to be with your son? This is our last phone call. My grandson Jameson is going to be contacting you in a few days. Please give these people on YouTube messages for me. I thought you were dead. I have been sobbing and grieving since we talked. I told people you passed away. You told me to give people these messages.
I don't remember doing that. I swear I don't.
Do you have...
I'm so sorry.
Now people think that you're a made-up fictitious character. They're accusing me of completely making you up. And now when people find out you're not dead, everyone's going to think, oh, well, Blue just made it up because she's some crazy, psychotic liar that just took it upon herself to make up that her friend, this woman, has passed away and she's dead now. And furthermore, I created a GoFundMe to either give to your family or to charities. And people are accusing me of creating this big story and creating this big scam so that I can try to magically scam people out of their money because you know how much I love money, right? I don't even have a fucking bank account. And someone from your family, I don't know who it is because they didn't identify themselves, someone from your family texted me back about that GoFundMe. Why did that person not tell me, look, she is not dead, Blue? Why did that person texting me not say that? Why would they let me go on thinking that you are dead?
I don't know. All I can say is I'm really, really sorry. And it just, it became very clear to me even before all of this. And I know it doesn't compare, but people doubted who I was. If I got on a phone call, they thought I was a young man with a voice changer, and they didn't believe who I was anyway. But I'll make it right, I promise.
There's no way to make it right. There's no way to make it right. I can't fucking believe this. I have been grieving you. Do you not understand that? I can't fucking believe this.
I'm so sorry.
Why would your family not tell me? Why would you tell me I'm going home to be with my son, your dead son? My family's coming to pick me up. I always knew that I would die home alone. I'm sorry, not home alone. I always knew that I would die home. This is going to be the last time we talk. Please give these messages out to people. Then your family messages me about this fucking GoFundMe that God, I wish I had never tried to do something nice. Your family messages me about this GoFundMe, and they fail to mention, hey, you know what? She's not dead. Nightmare.
I'm sorry. I don't. I was just, so far removed from everything for a few days. I didn't.
Nightmare.
I should.
Why did you do that? Why did you not just message me and say, hey, look, Blue, I don't know all what I said. I had a fever, whatever the fuck your excuse is. Why would you not message me and say, Blue, I'm not dead? If you, for some reason, don't want to talk to me anymore, supposedly you loved me, supposedly your family loved me, supposedly I was your friend, why would you not just say, Blue, I'm not dead? I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want the community to talk about me anymore. I just want you to know we're not going to talk anymore, but I need you to know I'm not fucking dead.
You should have gone through my phone, and I didn't. Remember last time, the last time that I was really out of it, I went through my phone and my emails, and I really don't know what to say. I really don't.
messaging on your phone? Who was messaging on your phone?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to check. I really don't know. I haven't been through my phone.
Didn't you just say you went through the messages on your phone?
Not for a couple of days.
Why did your family not call me like you said they were? You said your grandson or your great-grandson Jameson was going to call me in a few days. Why has he not contacted me? Why were people, supposedly your family members, messaging on your phone about that fucking GoFundMe and not telling me, hey, she's not dead?
I don't remember telling you my family would call you in a couple of days. I really don't.
Okay, well, not only did you say it several times on the phone, you also sent me a screenshot. So let me just remind you. All you have to do is go to your text messages where it says blue and scroll up a few messages. Not only did you say it, you actually typed it in a text message.
That I would have my family call you?
Yes. I'm finding it right now, and I'm going to take a screenshot, and I'm going to send it to you right now. All you have to do is scroll up to the night of July the 12th, the night you called me to tell me you were dying, going home to be with your son. This would be the last time we spoke. You gave me messages to send out to people. Pay your bill. Remember, because that was the night you messaged me and said, Blue, call me. And I already thought that you had passed. And you said, Blue called me. And I kept trying to call. I sent you an email. I said, my phone's not working. This has never happened before. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to call you. And then my phone went through. So you were making jokes about paying your phone bill. So your message said, pay your bill. My great-grandson Jameson will be in touch in a few days. And I'm taking the screenshot, I'm sending it to you right now, and I'm also sending it to Rob. I can't fucking believe I can't.
I talked to Rob yesterday.
Well, cool. Good for you. You didn't talk to me. And meanwhile, I think you're dead.
So sorry, I'm wondering if I just had some kind of nervous breakdown or something. I don't know. Rob had actually contacted my ex-husband because he thought I had passed too, and he asked me about that, and I was trying to remember, and I do remember something that I think it was. I'm not sure. I think it was walk. I can't say for sure now. It's like something like don't be late for your own funeral. And I told him, he asked me why you would think I was gone, and I was really, really trying to think, and I said, I think I told her I was going home, but, so.
Yeah, you told more than just telling me you were going home. You literally called me and told me you were going home to be with your son. This is the last time we were going to talk. You gave me messages to tell people. You said, I have 50 phone calls I want to make. I just don't have the time. I'm trying to stay awake. Please send these messages to certain people. You mentioned Alex. You mentioned Ghost. You mentioned FM. You mentioned Sabrina. You mentioned Shonda, whatever the hell her name is. I don't even know who she is. We talked for an hour. You said, my family is here. They've brought me home. I always knew that I would die at home. I knew I would. I'm going to be with my son. I asked you please to accept Jesus. You accepted Jesus. I said, please accept Jesus before you pass. We talked about that. You accepted Jesus.
I really don't.
Well, I do remember. I can't. This is a fucking nightmare. I can't fucking believe this. This is such a fucking nightmare.
What can I do?
Hold on. I want you on this call. I want you on this call. I'm putting you in on this call. Blonde Java is on the line. She has no idea what's going on. Say hi, Blonde Java. It's great grandma.
What? What?
So Rob Lowe called and said, great grandma's not dead. Why did you tell everyone she's dead? And I said, how do you know she's not dead? He said, I just talked to her. I said, what number did you talk to her on? He said, the number you gave me. I said, which number is that? He said, the number you gave me. So I said, hold on real quick. Let me call that number right now. I call that number, and lo and behold, guess who answers the phone?
What? I feel like what?
She says she doesn't remember. I'm great grandma. You talked to. There's Blonde Java. Great grandma, say hi.
I don't know. I don't remember a lot of this. I don't know if I was completely delirious, and I was just talking to Blue, and I'm not trying to make excuses or anything. I've been really removed from YouTube for the last few days, but if I get really high fevers, I just don't remember, and I was kind of teasing Blue that if I have a fever, someone should take my phone and my laptop because but
The last time we talked about you having a fever was when you were in the hospital a few weeks ago, or a week ago, or whatever.
Yeah.
So there was no fever talk the night that you said, I'm dying, I'm going home to be with my son, please tell people this, that, and the other. There was no fever talk that night. There was no, I'm out of my mind, I'm not even sure what's going on. No, you were completely lucid. You mentioned nothing about having a fever. You were talking about dying. You were telling me this is the last time we were going to talk. I can't. This is fucking nightmare. I can't.
It's okay, Blue.
No, it's not okay.
Okay. So, Grandma, you were Julie, correct? Correct. Is that your name, Julie? Zimmerman? Okay. Don't call me Jules. Okay. All right. Well, I know this is all shocking for Blue, and I'm kind of trying to wrap my mind around it. But Jules, right now, I really could use your help because there are criminal investigations that are ongoing right now, and can you give me your grandson's name and phone number, so the one that's a police officer, so I can get a hold of him? May I give him your number? No, not at this point. I'm sorry. I mean, I think that you can understand, like, you can understand maybe there's a little mistrust going on right now. No, if you could just please give me his, I don't need to know his home phone number, but just his professional number as a police officer. Can you tell me that, please? Since you said there was an investigation ongoing, can you just please tell me his name, what city he works for, or what department he works for? I'm trying to wrap my head around a lot of things right now, and I'm getting Grandma, let me ask you this. Do you remember getting threats from people and phone calls saying they were going to come and rape you? Do you remember that? Yeah, I think I remember a lot of that. And I don't really know what to do right now because I have reporters contacting, like, my ex-husband yesterday, and it's, and I've been, doxxed, and I am really, really concerned about, like, all of the, the after effects, and I'm just, like, really scared. I don't really know what to do. Yes, it's snowballed because of the threats that you said you got, the rape threats and death threats, and someone hand delivering a note to you, and the video that you said was sent to you about people dancing on your son's grave, or a grave, and they put your deceased son's name on there. So it's all snow. Yeah, that was actually on. That was actually on my Twitter that I didn't take it down, but I made it private because after Edward doxed me, and I wasn't really careful about protecting a lot of information. Let me ask you this: do you have the name of the investigator you can give to me? No. I don't know. I will not do that, but I do need the name of your grandson that you gave all of the proof to, that these things were happening, and I can pass that along. I don't think that's the way it's typically done. Usually it's investigator to investigator. Well, I don't know who, because it's not in his hands. It's not in my grandson's hands. It seems like the thing that it would be an investigator talking, or like a detective, or to another detective, not this way. It just doesn't sound right. That's correct. I'm not playing the middleman. I just need to tell the investigators here, contact this police officer. Why wouldn't he talk to the detective straight away, not to my son? This particular investigator is investigating other things. He is investigating other things. So it's not that he's investigating you. He's investigating other things, and he's not that he's investigating you. But if he knew that, if he could talk with the police officer, that, your grandson, right? That's who you gave all the evidence to. Then he turned it over to whatever department.
Yeah, it's not in his hands.
Right.
Nothing.
You don't even have to tell me his name. Just tell me if I just knew the police department, and I could just pass that on. That's all I have to. You leave your grandson completely out of it. Like, what is it? The San Diego Police Department? What I don't. The Sacramento.
No, but I hope you can understand that after all is said and done, you know, I want my anonymity, and I will lose it just like that.
By an investigation? No, the police don't do that. They don't do that at all. The police aren't going to put you in jeopardy. YouTube people do that.
Well, yeah, and it's just like, I don't know who leaked that. You know, a few of us had conversations with Rob, but, you know, I don't...
Rob is a dirty, slimy journalist that don't... No, I have told him nothing. He keeps hounding me too and going around to other people trying to... No, there are other people's lives at stake. I'm not telling him anything. I'm completely out of YouTube. I don't help anybody anymore. I've contacted DAs and police departments that know me and told them as of this date I am no longer helping anybody, any catchers in YouTube. I'll be more than happy to testify in any ongoing cases, which there's probably 25, but I am no longer, no matter what you hear, I am no longer involved with any catchers. So if I could just have the name of the police department, I can just pass that on. That's all I have to do.
Well, I know that there's a case number, but it doesn't go by my name. Because one of the things that I was concerned about, and is getting, you know, retaliation from like Tommy, and I mean, they don't play, and I just think there's a better protocol for that. I really do, but I want to make some phone calls, and you know, and I understand you know, how important it is, and I'm just feeling like I can't believe and I'm just really grasping at straws that I was so, like, I did so much harm to Blue, and I'm
Well, I mean, I understand if you're older and on medications and stuff, you know, our memory, you know, this and that, but did you see, like, everybody grieving for you? And
I haven't been on YouTube for several days. I was really sick, and I'm kind of afraid, kind of afraid to log on.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because
I wasn't even aware that Edward doxed you. When did he do that?
I think it was the day before yesterday. And that's why I made my Twitter he identified me as a political leftist. And I mean, so it's just like I'm really, really, I mean, I'm freaked out about my own, what.
I know.
And I do take a lot of medication, and I don't know if I had like a nervous breakdown, but I've been really, really sick. And,
what about wait a minute, I'm thinking, Sabrina from APP?
yeah.
I saw she did a video somewhere, I don't know, but she said she received emails, or not emails, text messages from your phone, from your family.
My family, I think Sabrina must have sent a text to my phone, and I haven't even gone back through messages and everything, but something about a GoFundMe, and a family member, responded. No, I can't remember.
And then a family member responded to Blue too, I think, from your phone.
Yeah, to take down the GoFundMe.
That's not what they told me. They told me, and I will send you these messages now that, well, actually, I don't need to send you the messages. All you have to do is go to your little phone, click on Blue, the person you've been texting and calling. We've been talking daily for I don't know how many months now. All you have to do is go there to Blue, and you can see exactly our conversation. I don't need to screenshot and send you anything. It's on your phone.
Blue, did that family member ever say Grandma didn't pass away? My mom.
They failed to mention, oh, by the way, she's not dead. And they never told me to take it down. They said exactly what I said they said, which was donate the money to her charities. They failed to mention, oh, by the way, she's not fucking dead. God damn, I can't fucking believe this.
I will, I can tell you that it was, Blue, was extremely distraught, and, cares about you, from the bottom of her heart, and, I don't understand how her family members saw the GoFundMe that it was for you passing and not tell her Grandma has a fever, like you said, or has trouble with her memory or whatever. Please, take the GoFundMe down because my grandma or my mother or whoever, family member, Grandma, she's fine. Jules Zimmerman is fine, and I'm really sorry that you were led to believe that she passed. I can't, it's just mind-blowing that two different family members were texting Sabrina and Blue and never said, my mom or my grandmother is not in her right mind now because she's 80-some years old and she has a fever and she's on medication and she has trouble with memory, or she's delusional, or she likes to make things up, and no one said that to either Sabrina or Blue, but just let everybody go on and believe that you had passed away. I know you have a family member your grandson that is the police officer, and you're not telling me. I don't need to, look, just tell me what police station, what department he works for. Is it Sacramento Police? Is it the Sheriff's Department? Is it
just tell me that, because it's not only you and your family that are in jeopardy. There are other people that are also in jeopardy.
Well, I know, and I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I don't think it is like it should come like a civilian is asking. And I don't think that's...
Jules, listen. I have passed on information to the New York City DA's, police departments, ICAC, federal agencies, okay? Like I said, probably 30 cases.
And by the way,
NCIS, I can go down and list NCIS. I can list the people that I talk to. If you want, I'm a little insulted here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I need to know.
I'm really scared.
Well, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be scared of me. Why is it scary to tell me where all this
Because
evidence is?
I want my information confidential.
It's going
and
to
I don't trust. I don't trust right now that it will be.
You don't I'm not asking you to give me the information, Jules. I'm asking you to tell me which police department you have that this has been reported to that holds the evidence. If there was a note hand delivered to you, okay, and all the text messages that you received while you were on the phone sometimes with Blue, and only shared them with your grandson, that's the evidence that needs to be passed along. I don't want to see the evidence. I absolutely don't want to get pulled into this. All I want to know is what department holds that evidence, so I can give it to the professionals, law enforcement. They're not going to put your name out there. Like I said, YouTube people do that.
How do I know that, though? I don't trust.
What do you think police are going to do? If things are under investigation, do you think they go out and just tell everybody the victims' names? And that's not you. You're smarter than that, Jules. Come on. I know you are. I know you're way smarter than that.
I don't know that I'm smarter than that. I can tell you that I'm really, really scared right now.
And just,
what are you
just
scared
so
of?
you know, I am now going to be investigated by GoFundMe because you and your family failed to tell me you weren't dead. So now I'm going to be under investigation by GoFundMe for trying to scam people pretending that a lady died when she didn't die. So thanks for that, and tell your family thank you. I have done nothing but be there for you, Jules. I have done nothing but love you and care about you, Jules. And now I'm going to be investigated by a fucking GoFundMe because you're not dead. And your family members didn't bother to tell me that you're not dead. You didn't bother to pick up the phone or send me a text simply stating, Blue, I'm not dead. So thank you for that. Please tell your family I said thank you. Blue says thank you.
Jules, are you aware that somebody has come out and admitted that they were the ones that have done that to you? What was it, Blue? The death threats or the rape threats or the video where dancing on a grave?
Walk said that he was the one who sent the video dancing on Jules' son's grave, and he said that he was the one who hand-delivered the note to you that night that we were on the phone when all that was going on. Remember? You were talking to me that whole time. Who was there for you? I was. Who did you call? Me. Walk has admitted that he was the one who's done those things. Now, whether he's being honest or he's just being a jerk, I don't know. But I have it recorded of him admitting to that. Did those things even actually happen?
I know a lot of it happened. I mean, I was...
You and your family both need to call GoFundMe today and explain the situation today. You and someone from your family, the person who was texting me, needs to call GoFundMe today and explain to them today. Because of you and because of your fucking family, I am now going to be investigated for some kind of bullshit GoFundMe fraud.
Blue, I have a question. Have you ever received anything that shows that Your Majesty or Great Grandma Unplugged had ever reported Tommy to the Secretary of State or anything like that?
No. I asked Great Grandma for verification and evidence that she had asked Tommy for receipts. That was never provided. I asked her to send me copies of anything that she had sent to the Attorney General's office and the Secretary of State indicating that she had reported him, and I never received that either.
Okay, but
I don't remember you asking me for that.
Of course I did. I asked you that because Rob needed it for his news story. Rob asked you for it too. Because Rob's not going to run a story of just some random old lady in California talking about how she's reported Tommy and all these things that have happened if he doesn't have evidence and proof. So yes, I asked you for that, and so did Rob. I know he did.
But when I did a Zoom call with Rob, I remember him asking me to go through my emails.
Yes, because he wanted the evidence of you asking Tommy for receipt, or the evidence of the Secretary of State or the Attorney General receiving your complaints. So yes, of course he asked you to go through your emails, because that's where it would be.
did you ever send that to him, Jules?
I don't remember sending it to him, no. I don't remember sending it to Blue. I do know that, and this is something that I don't even remember if I had a confirmation number, but like when you make a complaint and you submit it, if I didn't have a video or I don't remember taking down any like confirmation numbers or anything like that.
Okay, so let me get this, I'm just trying to get this all clear in my mind. So 3 things were supposed to have happened that were like really bad. Like the video was sent to your phone of people dancing on a grave, and they had put your deceased son's name on there. And then
I think that was through Twitter, though.
Yes,
that was
you
through
told
Twitter?
me yes, you told me that a lot of the messages were through Twitter. Yes, that's what you told me.
Okay, and then you received a phone call, I think on your cell phone, and on your mouth, and rape you. To your phone, or was that through
I think that was on Twitter.
Oh, so it wasn't a phone call?
I did get a number of phone calls that apparently they were from text
now numbers.
Yeah, and but I privatized my Twitter, but I'll open it back up again. But I think I'd like to make some phone calls. I think
the one where they said my husband's going to come put a sock in your mouth and rape you, that was a phone call, because from the way I understand it, you heard a woman's voice. Do you remember that?
I don't remember a woman's voice.
Okay. And then there was a hand-delivered note where they delivered it to the nursing care facility.
And you said Walk admitted to that?
And then there was that one. What did that note say?
I know something to the effect, I know where you are. I know you're here. I don't.
Okay. And then there were death threats. I know that you said that there were death threats. And then there was one other one. Oh, shoot. Shoot. I can't. Where they're trying to blackmail you. That was the last one. You and your friend, Your Majesty, and her daughter. They were going to try to blackmail you for money. Right? And you said you got your friend and her daughter on a three-way call, and you said, and you all decided that wasn't going to happen. You weren't going to give in to them. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I don't remember the three-way call, though.
You told me that the person...
Okay. You know, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I'm trying. You know, it's a lot of information in a short period of time. It's not a good excuse, but I'm really not feeling well. I'm doing the best that I can right now. I know a lot of people are pissed. I know a lot of people aren't satisfied with, what is happening right now.
Yeah, because they all think that you're dead. So, of course, they're not satisfied because you're not dead. And your family failed to mention that to me. You failed to mention that to me. So, yes, a lot of people aren't satisfied, and a lot of people are blaming me. They're blaming Blonde Java. They're blaming Edward. They're blaming Bill. They're blaming Julie. All of the people who have been there for you, we are all being blamed as this being a complete setup. We have made you up. We have faked your death. And like I said, you and whoever was texting me on the phone that night or some family member needs to contact GoFundMe today and explain this today. Because of you and your family, I am now going to be under some kind of fucked up investigation for trying to make up a death of someone who didn't fucking die. That needs to be handled today.
Maybe that's what Tommy, how does Tommy know all this stuff already? Because he said, he imagines someone faking someone's death. And anyway, Blue, let me just get this straight right now. So of those four things, like the hand-delivered note, the extortion threats, the sock in the mouth and rape you, and the grave, dancing on the grave video, how many times were you on the phone with Great-Grandma as she received
I was on the phone. Great-Grandma called me when the threats and harassment started. The night that she got on APP stream and doxed her own phone number on the stream. So then people were able to look her up. They were able to find her Twitter. They were able to call her, able to text her, able to message her on Twitter. She called me that night, or she sent me a text message that said, Blue, call me. And I was on the phone with her while she said that these messages were coming in. She told me that she was screenshotting the messages and sending them to her law enforcement grandson or great-grandson, whoever the hell it is, as we were on the phone. The night that she got blackmailed, she also called me. Either she called me or she sent me a message that said, Blue, call me. And she talked to me immediately after that happened. She said that some man called her, said that she was going to be blackmailed, or she was going to give them money, or they were going to dox her and Your Majesty. She told me that she told him to hold on. She said that she got Your Majesty on the phone, and then she said she got back on with the guy who was threatening her and said, can you please repeat that? He repeated his blackmail, and then she said that she sent that recording to her law enforcement son or grandson. So
and
it was either that night, right when it happened, or the next morning.
No, I did not. I did not.
And you donated $20 for a birthday cake for somebody that was supposed to be at Tommy's barbecue.
I was trolling. I mean,
yeah,
I
but you had why?
I understand.
You had involved in that too. I don't know.
You did not do what? You just said I did not. I did not. You did not what?
I did not support catchers like Tommy. I think that was my first donations for a long, long, long time. But I did support catchers because I had to try to undermine anyone, or that was done with sincerity, and and it's just like there was Edward doxed me and said I was a political leftist.
And it's just like, I don't know who to trust anymore. And I'm sure you guys don't either. Amplified by what, you think I've done or not done or remember or don't remember or was delusional or not delusional. But I don't trust anybody right now.
Well, yeah, because of all of this, I am now no longer speaking to Edward, I'm no longer speaking to Bill, and I'm no longer speaking to Julie. So yeah, tell me about not being able to trust people. I'm not talking to Edward because when I messaged him that you were fucking dead, he didn't even bother giving a response. And then he turned around and doxed you and kept talking about it. I told both him and Bill they can just fuck off. I was so pissed that they were even entertaining the idea that you weren't real and that you were dead because I'm your friend and I was grieving you. I told both of them to just fuck off. And I'm no longer talking to either of them because of what they've done to you. I'm no longer talking to Julie now too. So yeah, tell me about not being able to trust people, Jules.
Jules, I know I was a big supporter of a lot of channels. I've donated thousands and thousands of dollars, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Other YouTube catchers have said that you've donated, like, they haven't come right out and said an amount, but they talk more highly about you than they ever did me. You don't have to tell me an amount. Of course, it's none of my business. But did you donate on that on a large scale, kind of like I did?
To Alex mostly. Periodically to PCM, PCI.
What about
Let's
Steph?
see. I beg your pardon?
What about Steph from WAP?
Yes,
What
once
about
I was NZCap. I don't remember ever. I think I sent money to Red Hood. I've sent money to FM on a very small scale. Did I say CC Unit?
What about APP? What about Sabrina? How much money did you give her?
Yes. I don't remember. I mean, I know I would typically donate in,
Wait a minute, something just came to my mind. Wasn't there mention of, like, who was, when you passed, who was going to be taken care of and all of that? Like, you literally led Blue to think that you had died, and then your family members... this is just all unbelievable to me, and you won't tell me what the police department holds all the evidence to these things that happened coincidentally with Blue on the phone. It just, as crazy as YouTube is that I've learned, it kind of, I'm sorry to say this, Jules, because I don't know you. I spoke with you that one time right before I went on Edward's panel to tell my story about Tommy, but it kind of seems like you're trying to, like, it's just so coincidental that Blue was on the phone with you and all these things happened, and maybe it's just because she was such a good friend to you. I understand that, but I have to say that I am more than a little bit disappointed and angered, because I've watched this lady who pours her heart into trying to get the truth out there. I have seen a heartbreak like I have never seen before. She cared so much for you, so much for you, and for this to go on this way. And Jules, just 2 days ago, you said you saw Edward dox you. Why? You know what everybody's been saying. Why haven't you reached out to Blue before then?
No, it wasn't on a video. It was on a community post. I haven't been in live streams or chats, and that just kind of it really. I think I saw it. No, I must have seen it yesterday, because it was he's identified me as a political leftist, and it was just and I know I can't compare my my anger, my fear, or my heartbreak, such as Blue's, and I don't, and I asked Blue what I can do, and I really don't know what to do. But when I read that, it was just like, already the community didn't think, I was real. They thought I, was a young man with a voice changer. They thought I was Blue. They thought it was Edward. They thought I was Bill sometimes, and so it was just like, when I saw that, it scared me, because where has politics ever come into this? And I haven't posted in Twitter forever, and I lost my train of thought. But it was like, I did try to support the community, and then when questions start about who I am, or and that I wasn't real, and it was just like, I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if I had an emotional breakdown or if I was in delirium. I can't speak for my family, and I don't want to sound really naive, but I don't know. I don't even know if they knew what the GoFundMe was for. And
they knew exactly what it was for, because it said what it was for.
Clearly, I don't know that they ever looked up the post.
Well, I sent them screenshots of the post, so that's no excuse.
Okay.
And they didn't tell me that you weren't dead, and they didn't tell me to take it down. Otherwise, I obviously would have. And saved myself a lot of fucking trouble for no reason. I have done nothing but be there for you, Jules. I have done nothing but fucking love you. And since you supposedly died, I've done nothing but grieve for you. This is unfucking believable. That you would allow this to go on. That your family would allow this to go on.
Do you actually have a grandson or great-grandson that's a police officer that you gave all this evidence to, Jules?
No.
No?
No.
Why would you tell Blue that you did?
I don't know. I don't really remember it.
You don't remember now? Okay, Jules. Well, I just don't know what to do at this point. I mean, I think that you owe everybody, Jules, an explanation. Whatever it is, you do. Because, it's not fair to Blue, Bill, me, everybody that stood behind you. It's not fair to anybody, any of us, or anybody else. You really need to, I don't know how, you need to go out publicly and say, or release a statement, a voice statement of explaining this situation. But more importantly, so those threats never did happen?
I don't.
So they did this, so you still have them on your phone. Go ahead and send them to Blue right now then.
Have what on my phone?
Pardon me?
Have what on my phone?
The screenshots that you said that you took, and the messages that you said you received, that you lied to me about and said you were sending to your police officer grandson.
Yeah, the video of them dancing on a grave, the death threats. Okay, can you send that to Blue? Can you please send that to Blue?
I think so.
Okay, go ahead and do that while we're on the phone, so we can all be above the board here, and we all know that she received it.
All that I want to do is make some phone calls, because I know that Blue doesn't trust me now, and it's a little bigger than that, than me sending it to Blue, because that wouldn't be the appropriate course of action to take right now.
Okay, well then I'll just assume that you were lying about that too. Just like you were lying about your grandson being a police officer, just like you were lying about dying.
Are you even Jules Zimmerman?
Yes.
How are we supposed to know that?
I don't know.
I don't believe anything you say anymore.
Okay.
Are you
I wanna
living at
know
home?
why-
Are you at home now or back
I
in?
am at home. I am
Okay.
at home.
The first phone call that you need to make and your family needs to make
Is
is to
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Because I'm now going to be under an investigation for running a scam to try to collect money to send a charity to someone who didn't die. So now I'm going to be under an investigation for that because of you and because of your family who failed to mention, oh, she's not dead, Blue.
Well, wait a minute. As far as the Secretary of State reporting it, I remember you sent me an email a long time ago, Jules, and I just never answered it because I didn't know who you were, and I'm just very private and keep my business to myself. But you sent me an email saying that you were in contact with them, and they actually set up an appointment for you to you got a step further and. Right, Blue, remember?
Yep, that was the Attorney General. Yep, she said
Attorney General.
Yep, she said
Right.
she had a conference call with them, and then they set up another conference call, and she had 2 conference calls with the Attorney General. Did that actually happen?
Yes. It was. I'll have to look up the name. It wasn't like the Attorney General. It was someone from their office. And I have. I didn't call. I didn't talk to the Secretary of State. I spoke to someone from their office as well. And I'm trying to think who else I contacted. I remember this was a while ago going on to the IRS site, and I remember them saying, trying to find out, and I was pretty convinced Tommy wasn't a 501c3, but there was something in their system so they could print pages and pages of things out, and they were 6 months behind, and I remember, wanting to take some more time so I could verify it, 100%, and then, and I really don't know why I did that because, Tommy was late filing his, first year taxes, and they wouldn't have had any information on him anyway. So I don't know why I did that.
Well, is it true that your friend, Your Majesty, donated a lot of money to Tommy, and that?
No, she didn't donate a lot of money, and neither did I to Tommy. But I didn't file it as a tax deduction. I couldn't figure things out. But hers was that deduction was denied, and so and that's when I think I can't remember if I did a video with Blue or if I did something with Ed that that people should think about amending their taxes because if people are trying to write off a lot of money, and it's disallowed or just a fraudulent assertion that you could be charged with tax evasion.
Why did you lie to me about your grandson or your great-grandson being a police officer?
I don't know and I don't remember. The only thing I can think of is, that people wouldn't worry as much and that, and wouldn't bother me as much.
I mean, you led this whole phone conversation up until you became honest. If you are actually being honest now, the whole conversation was that you have a grandson, a great grandson that you turned everything into, and I'm trying to ask you for the department where he worked.
I feel really confused, and I'm sorry, and I'm not needing to make that as an excuse. I'm just like, You know, I'm just, I just feel devastated about the.
Do you actually have a family that
Yes, I do.
supports you and cares about you and helps look after you?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Are they aware of all of this that's going on?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I think they know. They never knew the extent of my involvement with this community, and I know that they're very, very concerned that this isn't this is a community that can and look at me. That maybe is half of what they say. You don't really know who you're talking to, and when people get angry, or if they're just mean-spirited, it doesn't seem like really safe. But they had no idea, and I think they're going through a bunch of stuff, and so my phone is at 2%. Blue, how do I reference the GoFundMe?
Just look up the number and call the GoFundMe. You should have text messages on your phone.
Okay, I'll look.
Screenshots of the GoFundMe from me communicating with your family member that failed to tell me that you weren't dead. Does your family even know who I am?
Yes.
And did you actually see your family being led away by officers with pistols? Was your family any of your family, did they actually perish in these concentration camps and the gas chambers, or was that a lie too?
No, that's absolutely true.
And is your grandson or great-grandson's name actually Jameson, or was that a lie too?
No, I have a grandson, James. And I call him Jameson. I'm going to get my phone in a charger, and I'll call GoFundMe right now, and I'll try to figure out, and you can, either one of you're welcome to text me with suggestions and how I can,
I have no suggestions at this point. I'm fucking done. I'm done with you. I'm done with your family. I'm done.
I know you don't, but it's very important that Jules, you stand on your own, and you owe it to everybody in the community. Everybody, you need to own this and make it perfectly clear that Blue, Bill, Edward, me, none of us had a clue that you were not telling anything but the truth. Anything but the truth. I'm sorry, but I'll let you go.
So really quickly, how can I do that without people still thinking? Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's not my problem. That's not my problem anymore.
Okay.
Maybe that's something we can just brainstorm about and see how best to handle this. But this community needs people like Bill, like Edward and Blue to keep it safe from to keep it safe. So all this has done is busted that all up and broken up a lot of relationships and left the door wide open for whatever evilness wants to come in here and run rapid, okay, and unchecked, okay, and that's what I'm saying. You need to stand on your own 2 feet.
I think she's gone. I think her phone